Good evening, future statistic. Tonight's top stories. President Biden achieves a record-setting low approval rating. Drug companies are calling you a criminal. The FBI raids James O'Keefe's home. And the NBA is penetrated by the Chinese Communist Party. All this and more. But first, California COVID numbers are now twice that of Florida. As California has the nation's strictest mandates in place and Florida has what's called freedom in place, we can't explain why California has twice the number of cases. But what we can say is we're disappointed in Florida for not doing their part to uphold the business model that we at the media have taken a pledge of allegiance to. Shame on you, Florida. I wish you were sicker. Rumors continue to swirl around California Governor Gavin Newsom as he wasn't seen in public for 12 days following getting the Moderna booster. He even had to cancel a trip to the Creating a Climate Crisis Summit. Our speculation is he was forced to take time off after getting the booster due to extraordinary health. The humanitarian CEO of the world's most trusted company, Pfizer, has publicly stated that people who spread misinformation about their COVID shots are criminals. Luckily, no irony there, as he is the head of the company that's had to pay the largest criminal fine in US history. $2.3 billion to be exact. We're just grateful he's willing to call out criminal activity as he sees it. This just in! Speaking truth is now a crime. Hashtag pharmaceutical sponsored censorship. People everywhere are pretending that the criminal organization has their best interest in mind, while they're also believing that men are giving birth. This year's top pharmaceutical salesman, Joe Biden, has built back better by making his whole administration not just about selling Americans pharmaceutical products, but also making it the law that they must buy them and take them. Kind of like how if I mandated my own shirts that I sell, there would be no conflict of interest. Yet for some reason, salesman Biden's mandates have been found to not be legal. This comes as a federal appeals court pauses the mandates, calling them fatally flawed and staggeringly overbroad. So sticking with their roots in crime, the criminal organization known as the Biden administration urged American businesses to ignore the court's legal ruling and still abide by the administration's illegal mandates. You okay, Joe? Get another booster, you diseased animal. In another feat of achievement, Joe Biden has achieved the lowest approval rating of any president in recent history, with an approval rating of 38%. Very impressive. Are approval ratings like golf, where lower means better?
No, lower means worse.
Oh. Well, I guess that's what happens when you have a pharmaceutical salesman in office instead of a president. And Kamala Harris's approval rating is through the roof at a staggering 28%. She's inspiring women everywhere to both sleep their way to the top and then fall their way to the bottom in approval ratings. The wife of the unluckiest man on earth had this to say about her record-setting VP approval rating.
We must together work together to see where we are headed, where we are going, and our vision for where we should be, but also see it as a moment, yes, to together address the challenges and to work on the opportunities.
Well said, Madam Totalitarian. Obviously, having recently taken speech lessons from Biden in order to learn how to use a lot of words to say absolutely nothing. As scholar Catturd points out, imagine having a president with a 38% approval rating and a vice president with a 28% approval rating, with 99% of the media on their side. So in other words, accurate reporting is what you get from us. In other news, the CDC says there's not a single case of a naturally immune person transmitting the virus. Hey, wait a minute! That's an objective fact! That's not newsworthy! Moving along. As some have been worried about a civil war, this diagram helps us understand how close of a matchup it would be. One side having approximately 8 trillion rounds of ammunition while being very pro-gun, and the other side being very anti-gun while being very confused about which restroom to use. Can't wait to see who wins. In a witty exchange of words, Bernie Sanders crawled out from under the Clinton bus and tweeted this: "We must demand that the very rich pay their fair share. period. To which Elon Musk replied, "I keep forgetting you're still alive." Yes, Elon, the threat of socialism is still alive in this country. President Biden got together with Chinese Communist Party leader Xi Jinping during a virtual summit in order to be bossed around. Breaking strides with the woke ethos of the NBA, superstar Enes Kanter stands up against the Chinese Communist Party while supporting Taiwan with this tweet. And while wearing Free Tibet sneakers, Kanter reports that the NBA asked him to take them off out of fear of losing business in China. We can only hope that Kanter is punished appropriately for violating the NBA's mandate of virtue signaling to appear to be a good person rather than actually being a good person. It's rumored the reigning MVP of virtue signaling, LeBron James, will be mentoring Kanter in his re-education program that is inspired by China's concentration camps. And in other news, Project Veritas founder James O'Keefe had his home raided by the FBI, and just moments later, the New York Times published a story about it. Nothing suspicious here. This comes as O'Keefe has dropped several bombshell whistleblowing pieces in recent weeks, exposing drug company corruption. Weird that a man that's exposing the criminal activity of drug companies would be raided by a government agency that's controlled by the same drug companies. And then somehow a media outlet that's also controlled by the same drug companies instantaneously has a story on it. No correlation there, and why don't we distract you by telling you that men can menstruate? Because they can. Why do you think they call it menstruation? Now, does that help you already forget about the thing we were just talking about? It does? Good. And finally, beloved White House press secretary Jen Psaki was asked what the president thinks of the most popular phrase in the nation. "Let's go, Brandon." To which she said, "I don't think the president spends much time focusing on it or thinking about it." But some say the president is very bothered by the statement and accused Psaki of lying. Yet when turned over to the fact checkers, they confirmed Psaki is in fact telling the truth, as they verified the president is indeed cognitively incapable of focusing or thinking. And that's it for today's Mind Control. Tune in tomorrow to get a booster of fear to strengthen your controllability. And we don't know why you keep watching us when you could easily turn us off and then be in control of your own mind. But thank you for keeping us on. Good night! What's up, my friend? All shirts in my Freedom line are proven to be 100% effective at protecting you against tyranny and obedience. Check them out at awakenwithjp.com. Real quick before you go, my friend, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, Primal Life Organics, and their Natural Dental Detox Box. It's all right there. Everything you need for premium natural oral health. There's a reason why Primal Life Organics is my choice for oral care. It's because I know oral health affects the health of the rest of the body, so it's important to me. But I refuse to use just any oral care products because the last thing I want to do is ingest toxic chemicals trying to improve my oral care, which harms the health of the rest of my body. I don't do toxic chemicals. But with Primal Life Organics, you don't have to worry about the toxic chemicals because everything is made with all natural products that work. Now, some people say, okay, JP, I get it. Using natural toothpaste is important. I'll do that. I don't think that's good enough. I think only using a natural toothpaste, that's just like doing bicep curls and using that as your whole exercise routine while neglecting everything else. The Natural Dental Detox Box amps it up to basically CrossFit levels for your oral care. How so? Well, each Natural Dental Detox Box starts with a bamboo charcoal-infused toothbrush, a copper tongue scraper, a box of dental floss picks, tooth powder, say goodbye to your mouthwash and hello to your gum serum, and organic deodorant, because your armpit's basically the mouth of your body. If you want to amp up your oral care with a Natural Dental Detox Box, check it out at dentaldetoxbox.com/JP.